Hi again guys, welcome to another tutorial. This is a starter project with very little hands-on work, but it is a good reference if you ever forgot how to get started on an FPGA board. Even though this is a simple project, but it features clock divider, we will be setting up a frequency of 4 Hz, use of registers, behavioral model for Verilog coding, and utilizing the 7-segment and LEDs on an FPGA board. In the end, the project will demonstrate the 16 scrolling LEDs that is showing the green LEDs which are turned on except for one LED that is off, and moving across as can be seen in the video. The 7-segment display will change through the different segments from A to G plus the decimal point also. One of the application for this design could be a display of a text on a billboard. I will comment each line in the code as I go, so let's get started and create a new project. For this project, I'm using Basis 3 board. Our first job would be to create a new source file in which we are going to add our inputs and output. In this project, we basically have only one input, which is the clock of the FPGA. We will have 3 outputs, one for the LEDs, one for the 7-segment, and one for the enabling of the 4 7-segment displays on the board. So let's go ahead and define our inputs and outputs. Here is our skeleton code for the source file that we just created. Like I mentioned before, I'm going to comment each line in the code so it can provide you with the basic and the good understanding of the Verilog code. Here we have the FPGA clock, which we know is a 100 MHz clock. These are the 16 LEDs on the Basis 3 board. These will be the segments on the display that goes from A to G. And because in this case we are also using decimal points, there's also a segment called H. And because there are multiple segments, we are going to declare our variable segment as an array, and also because it will be storing these values for each of these segments, so we have to declare this as a register as well. This will be the 4 enabler to turn all 4 displays on the board. And because we are using the 4 7-segments, so we have to declare it as an array also. We're now going to move on to working on our internal variables, and we need 3 of those. One would be for the counter, which is going to create a counter for a slow clock. Initially we'll be setting up to 0. Our second internal variable will be for setting the clock to initially to 0. And the third would be the LED counter, which will count the LEDs on the board starting from 0 to 15. We will also set the LED counter initially to 0. Remember, because we are scrolling these LEDs, one LED has to be off at a time. We're now going to work on enabling our 4 7-segment display on the board. So we use the assign function for that. Remember, there are multiple ways you can use the format. In this one, I'm using the hexadecimal format, which we know is a combination of 4 binary digits. So I'm saying H here instead of B. Initially, they are all going to be 0. And because it's an active low logic, setting them to 0 means all the 4 7-segment display will be on. We're now going to work on the clock divider part, which is basically a submodule for the slow clock. Remember, we are going to set the frequency of 4 Hz, FPGA having a frequency of 100 MHz, going from 100 MHz to 4 Hz. We are looking at 25 million cycles, which would include half cycle of off and half cycle of being on. So that would mean for 12.5 million cycles, it's going to be off, and for 12.5 million cycles, it's going to be on. So let's work on the counter where the upper limit is going to be 12.5 million. So for 12.5 millicycle, it's going to be 0, and then it goes to on for that much of cycle. Alright, so this part of the code is actually for setting up the slow clock at a frequency of 4 Hz, and I can go through it line by line. Here, what we are saying here, when the counter gets to a value of 12.5 million, the counter should reset itself to 0. And the slow clock should be the invert of the slow clock. Okay, remember, initially we had set our slow clock to 0, and because when the counter reaches this value, the clock will then move from 0 to 1. So it's off for quarter of a second, 1 over 4, because time is the reciprocal of frequency, and frequency is being 4 Hz. 1 over 4 give you 0.25. So for a quarter of a second, the LED is going to be on, and for a quarter of a second, LED is going to be off. If the counter hasn't reached this value, which it says over here, else we would want the counter to go up by 1. Okay, and we say N here, and that's the slow clock. Okay, now we are going to use that slow clock to turn the LEDs on. So let's work on that part of the code. In this part of the code, what is happening, whenever the slow clock, remember this is a slow clock at a frequency of 4 Hz, whenever the positive edge of the slow clock arrives, when it's equal to 15, then the LED counter reset itself to 0. Remember, the counter initially, the value that we set was 0 over here. So all LEDs are off at this point. Remember, there are 16 of those, so it goes from 0 to 15. Once the counter reaches the value of 15, it should reset itself. If not, then the LED counter should go up by 1. Now, we are going to move on to the final part of our coding, which is going to be the scrolling the LEDs. Remember, we are going to scroll the LEDs moving from right to left. There's going to be one LED off at one time, and also the 7 segments. So let's do the coding for it. We are going to use the case key term for the LED counter, and we're going to have all different kind of cases, and we are define the values for the outputs. Here is a coding for the first case. If the LED counter, if all the bits are set to 0, that would mean all the LEDs should be off, and in the segment, only the decimal point segment. Remember, this represents segment A, this bit represents segment C, D, E, F, and G, and this is H, which is decimal point. Okay, so whenever the LED counter is set to 0, which is the case over here, all the LEDs should be off, and the decimal point should lit up. The decimal point segment on the LCD display should lit up. And what you could do, you can copy and paste this over here, so you don't have to do it again and again. All you have to do is to make a change over here. When a counter, the LED counter reaches a value of 1, we would want all the LEDs to light up except for the LED 1. So that would mean having a code of FFFD. Again, this means all LEDs are on except for LED 1 on the board. Similarly over here, again, when the LED counter goes up by 1, we would want every segment to be high except for G. Okay, so you can also write that as 8 complement H FD. Okay, so I leave that up to you. Whichever combination you want to do, you can have like when the LED counter goes to 1, you can have this bit goes to 0, this segment lights up, and all of the segments goes off. So it's up to you, whichever way you want to do it. I'm just going from right to left, so this is how I want to do it. And again, I'll just do it one more time, and then I'll just quickly go through it, think of making this video short. And so the LED counter goes up by 1 again, so it goes from 1 to 2, and therefore this would be B, because all the LEDs are on except for LED 2 on the board. Okay, so here also this will be basically this 0 will be here and this will go off. Okay, and I will just quickly go through the code and complete it. Remember folks, all the segments are off here except for segment that is for decimal point. Okay, and similarly here all the segments are off except for, so this part of my code is ready. All I need to do is actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to set the default again, so all LEDs will be off that way. And I say end case here, and then in the end I should have an end module which should already be there at the bottom. Let's go ahead and save the file. There are 2 critical warnings. Let's go through them and fix them real quick. Missing an end here actually. Alright, looks like it went through. Now I need to add a constant file. Notice in the constant file, I have my clock FPGA. That's how I named it in the source file. Remember, this is a clock for the board, which is 100 megahertz. We have 16 LEDs on the boards, LED 0 to LED 15. I need to make sure and go back to my source file, make sure I have declared this an array, which I did not. So this will be 15, 0. Let's go ahead and save it. I need the 7-segment display basically, and that would also include the decimal point. Remember that this was the decimal point right here, and because we are using 7-segment variable here, so I'm just gonna say seg7 here. I don't think I need to declare this as a register here. Okay, and the other one, the LEDs should be declared as register. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and save it because we are storing the value, so it needs to be declared as register. Let's click the source file again and run implementation. Create a bit file. Once the implementation is complete and bit stream file has been generated, we then open the hardware manager. Make sure your Basis 3 board is turned on. You click open target and then click next. Once your board is detected, click next again and finish to complete the process. Let's now program the board. Click program device, choose your chip and click program. You should now be able to see the implementation of your design on your Basis 3 board. With this, I'm going to finish this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.